Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we're keeping... At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Today, our draw features two from the AFC, between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They run it. Here's R.J. Harvey. And a modest start to our game. Couple yards on the first play. Here comes second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Nix. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Now air it out on third. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Knicks now on 1st and 10. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Knicks off the play action. Steelers bringing pressure. No place to go. Down he goes. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Shotgun snap to Knicks. Complete to Mims. And this winds up a short gain to the 29. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Third down, Steelers in the dime. 6 DBs out there. Here he goes, 3rd and long. They'll set up the screen here. It's Harvey. He dodged the tackle. Nice run across the 15. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Harvey. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
This opening drive has reached the 5. Can they find 6 now on 3rd and goal? They're running with Harvey. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Broncos finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Fits it through the middle. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down, and they go right back to it. He picks up 5 on that first down run, brings up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd.
Buffalo 18. Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
They're going play action. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Double coverage, a deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
From the red zone on 1st. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Another throw here on 2nd down. Cut near the goal line. And they're going to have 1st and goal when we begin our 2nd quarter. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. It's Steelers ball as we return for the 2nd, and they have to be thinking points here.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Tootin. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal, they're going to throw. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers finish off their opening drive. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. All right, so we're already into the 2nd quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are a perfect 1-for-1.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Able to get it to Franklin. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. Offense to the line fast. Second down, give to Harvey. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be third down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
And that one's too far in front of them, so now they're facing fourth down.
Kate, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that third down stop.
Begins his return at the 16. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. They'll come out throwing. Caught into the hands of Rmb. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
On the give, it's Tootin. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to stop him after he gets this to the 26. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Steelers have a first down.
Let's see, first it was a pass, now it's a great gain on the ground. They've got this defense on their heels.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Escapes the pocket. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Well, we've all seen a lot of QBs make some magical plays rolling to the right. Buying time before throwing it up. But not this time, as the defense steps in front of that one, probably shouldn't have been thrown.
Yeah, discretion the key in so many of these situations for quarterbacks. Why game management and decision-making is so critical. I love that he escaped the pocket, rolls right, tries to buy time for his guys to help him, but when there is nobody there, you either got to tuck it and run or live to play another day.
Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes second and 12. Nix. That's completed right side. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Give him 25 on that play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Now put one of the tight ends in motion. On the handoff, here's Harvey. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for two.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7. It's Nix out of the pistol. Looking slant route, complete. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He'll work against the blitz. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 42.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. First down from the 42. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Nix from the gun. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34.
Complete to Marvin Mims. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. Nix to throw again. Has his man. It stops. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. Look at that. No worry at all from their sideline, Brock. A 13-yard pickup on 4th down. That was impressive.
13 yards. And the Broncos first
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running.
back at the 24-yard line.
Throwing here. Nix. Hits him on the out route. Has room into the secondary. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Will Lutz to kick off.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. Back to work after throwing the pick. Diving, it looks close. They say he caught it. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is all-out effort, Kate, to make the catch. Putting his body on the line, diving for the ball. He earned that reception, and some more targets are clearly coming his way in the future.
Working on first down. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Broncos will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return. That last interception gave them a chance to take the lead, partner. And now their defense gets them another one so they can start growing this advantage.
Yeah, this defense letting them know we don't want to defend a small lead. Here's the ball again. Go get us a 2-score advantage this time.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Calvin Austin on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Austin on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Inside give here for Tootin. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
It's a loss of 2.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And off to Tootin. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at him and go make a point.
And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19.
And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This will end up as a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Chased out to his right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Give to Harvey here from the pistol. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
It's a 3rd down give to Harvey. They stop him after a gain of about 3. Leaves him looking at 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. On the ground, Tootin. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Check, Panther. Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Eagles, 60.
Now it's Tootin. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Ready? 70 Lions. Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he lost the football. And the Broncos corral it. And they get to him and tackle him on the return. But will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's first and 10.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Rig alert, rig alert.
They'll run here following the penalty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got Smith. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
19, Tiger. Hut.
Throwing from the gun. Pass brought in by Watson. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Tootin on first and 10. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line.
Kid, it really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number one, got to control that nose tackle. Number two, you got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10. They'll go again here with Tootin. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Steelers football. A nice help for them as they trail entering the quarter. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Roll. Let's go now. Cowboys.
Shooting with it. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Set.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Here's a screen for Tootin. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Here we go. Panther 60. Panther 60. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Let's go.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. That's caught at the 4. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
16 yards.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Check. Hurt. Ready.
1st and goal. Here's Tootin. Good defensive stand here, and they push him away from the goal line. That's back to the 4. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal.
Shut up. Cougar 19.
They go to him again. And he's backed up again as they stop him for another loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Pass play coming here. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, then let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either. After I'd imagine dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
On the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. It's nice running there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Now Nix. Completed over the middle. Big man showing up the yards. And And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a fourth-quarter lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Here we go, shot. Line 70 left.
It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainer's headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. Looking to throw here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and out third down. He'll throw it. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
60 Eagles, 6 Hawks, 70, Hawks, 70.
Back to pass on first and 10. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch could still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, you got to take advantage of that opportunity. Defense just did.
Throwing on second. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Back to throw it. Trying to push deep downfield. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Steelers losing by 7. The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on fourth down. Desperation time here. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And this is rejected. The defender knocks the throw away and forces a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Broncos to the line now. It's first and 10. Giving this to Harvey. Nice cut back to the right. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Steelers 17. Will Lutz to kick off.
Here's
for the
Lutz set to
Broncos.
kick this away. Return coming from the 6. Now bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Come on, set, ready.
Tootin gets it from the gun. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
He gets him to the line and spikes it, and that's going to preserve their timeouts. Second and 10. Need something positive here.
Seven Pirates, check out.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
The Steelers first down.
He gets him to the line and spikes it, and that's going to preserve their timeouts. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Go.
He's going to throw this one. It's a screen play to Warren. Fights his way through a tackle. A lot of space ahead. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Here we go, third and less than a yard.
Here we go. Ready.
Here he is to throw. He has the first over the middle, and he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
All right, here we go, everybody. Big play for the Steelers as they go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
Back to throw. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for first and 10. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Mims with the grab. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. They're going to pass it here. Has him on the quick hitter. Oh, and the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense.
I think that's one of those cases, Kate, where this defense wished that ball was round. You know, it's not, and it bounces in funny ways, and unfortunately for the defense there, it bounces the wrong way right out of bounds.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. It's Harvey straight ahead. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Here he is to throw. Throw left side, complete. And they make the play at the 39 just before he can pick up that first down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Third and a lone yard coming up. Dive play straight ahead. And this one is over. He's got the Broncos the first down, and that should just about button up this victory.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.